Meghan Markle has once again reminded the world that her story did not stop when she left the UK, and that her experiences there continue to shape her creativity, her values, and the way she connects with people across continents. In a quiet but meaningful moment on social media, Meghan offered what many fans see as a warm nod to her time in England, and it has resonated far beyond a simple lifestyle post. The Duchess of Sussex recently shared a new carousel of images on the official social media account for her brand, As Ever. The photos were soft, intentional, and deeply familiar to anyone who understands Meghan's aesthetic. One image showed Meghan arranging fresh flowers while wearing a cream-knitted jumper, relaxed and focused. Another captured her lighting a candle, creating an atmosphere of calm and reflection. The carousel also featured As Ever's lemon and ginger tea alongside the sage honey jars, tying together the themes of comfort, nourishment, and mindfulness. Accompanying the images was a simple but powerful caption: "This is your sign to put the kettle on." For many viewers, especially those in the UK and Commonwealth countries, the phrase immediately struck a chord. It is a saying deeply rooted in British culture, often used as an invitation to pause, to connect, to share a moment of warmth during times of stress or reflection. While Americans certainly understand the sentiment, the phrase itself is far more commonly used in Britain, making it an unmistakable reference to Meghan's years living in England. This small choice of words sparked conversation online, not because it was loud or provocative, but because it was personal. It showed that Meghan has not erased or rejected her time in the UK. Instead, she has integrated it into who she is today. For supporters, this matters because it directly counters the narrative pushed by critics who claim Meghan wants nothing to do with her past royal life. In reality, Meghan has consistently shown that she values her experiences even when they were challenging, and that she chooses to remember the beauty alongside the pain. This is not the first time Meghan has woven her time in England into the fabric of As Ever. From the brand's earliest days, there have been subtle and thoughtful references to the life she lived there. During the launch of the first As Ever collection last April, fans noticed a particularly charming inclusion: a shortbread cookie mix complete with delicate flower sprinkles. Shortbread, of course, is strongly associated with British baking traditions, and its presence in the collection felt intentional rather than accidental. In a newsletter sent to As Ever followers at the time, Meghan explained the inspiration behind the product in her own words. She described the shortbread cookies as crunchy and delicious, noting that they reminded her of her time in England. She added that the tiny flower sprinkles were meant to bring extra beauty and charm to each delicate bite. The language was evocative and gentle, reflecting Meghan's long-standing love for storytelling through food and shared rituals. Food has always been a powerful connector in Meghan's world. Long before royal life, she spoke about how meals bring people together and create space for conversation and healing. Through As Ever, she has returned to that idea, using flavours, textures and traditions to tell a story that is both personal and universal. The shortbread mix was not just a product, it was a memory translated into something tangible that others could enjoy in their own homes. The popularity of that product spoke volumes. The shortbread cookie mix quickly sold out and is currently no longer available for purchase online. For critics eager to dismiss As Ever as a vanity project, this detail is inconvenient. products do not sell out repeatedly if there is no genuine interest. The continued demand suggests that people are not just curious about Meghan, they're connecting with what she is creating. This brings us to the recent chatter surrounding a glitch on the As Ever website, which revealed what insiders say are plans for significant global expansion. According to reports, the glitch appeared when customers added items to their baskets and were shown a much larger number of remaining products than expected. Almost immediately, some commentators rushed to mock the Duchess, claiming the numbers meant the brand was struggling to sell its stock. But as is often the case when it comes to Meghan and Harry, the loudest voices were also the least informed. A source with inside knowledge of the business and close to As Ever offered a very different interpretation. Speaking to the Daily Express, the source explained that the glitch actually highlighted how successful the brand has been. According to this insider, Meghan managed to sell nearly 90% of her original stock, a figure that most new lifestyle brands would celebrate without hesitation. To put that into perspective, selling nearly 90% of initial inventory is an impressive achievement, particularly in a crowded and competitive market. Lifestyle brands backed by celebrities often struggle to convert attention into sales. Many launch with big headlines and then quietly fade away. As Ever, on the other hand, has demonstrated strong consumer interest, repeat engagement, and a level of trust that cannot be manufactured overnight. The reported glitch also hinted at something bigger. Insiders suggest that the higher numbers shown may reflect preparation for international expansion. This aligns with what many observers have already suspected. As Ever is not designed to be a small, limited-run project. It is being built deliberately, with scalability in mind and with a global audience at its heart. Meghan's international appeal is one of her greatest strengths. She has lived in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, and she understands how culture, comfort, and daily rituals differ across borders. When she references British sayings like, "put the kettle on," she's not excluding anyone. She's inviting people into a shared moment while honouring the chapter of her life that shaped her in profound ways. For supporters of Meghan and Harry, these moments also carry emotional weight. They highlight the humanity behind the headlines. Meghan is not a symbol or a controversy. She is a woman who remembers the small comforts that helped her through challenging times. A warm cup of tea, the smell of shortbread baking, the quiet act of arranging flowers. These are not political statements, they are human ones. It is also important to note how carefully Meghan has approached her return to public life through business rather than commentary. Instead of endless interviews rehashing old conflicts, she has chosen to express herself creatively. As Ever reflects values of calm, intentional living, and connection. It is not about attacking anyone, it is about building something new. This approach mirrors the broader strategy that both Meghan and Prince Harry have adopted in recent years. While they have been open about their experiences and the challenges they faced, they have increasingly focused on forward-looking projects. From mental health advocacy to community-focused initiatives and now lifestyle branding, the emphasis is on impact rather than reaction. The Kettle phrase, simple as it may seem, fits perfectly into that philosophy. In the UK, telling someone to put the kettle on is often a response to stress, bad news, or emotional overwhelm. It is a way of saying pause, breathe, and let us sit with this together. In using that phrase, Meghan subtly acknowledges her past while grounding herself firmly in the present. Critics who insist on framing every move as calculated or manipulative miss this nuance entirely. Not everything is a strategy. Sometimes it really is just a woman sharing a moment of comfort that feels authentic to her. The reason it resonates is because so many people understand that feeling, regardless of where they live. The success of As Ever also challenges long-held assumptions about Meghan's influence. Despite years of negative press in certain corners of the media, there is a substantial audience that continues to support her. They buy her products, read her newsletters, and engage with her content because they find value in it. This is not blind fandom, it is consumer choice. When a source close to the brand says Meghan sold nearly 90% of her original stock, it underscores a reality that critics are reluctant to accept. Meghan Markle is a viable entrepreneur. She understands branding, storytelling, and audience connection. These are skills she has honed over years, long before royal life and long after stepping back from it. The mocking response to the website glitch also reveals a familiar pattern. Whenever Meghan launches or expands something, there is an immediate rush to find fault. But time and again, the facts tell a different story. From sold-out products to global interest, the data consistently undermines the narrative of failure. As Ever's potential global expansion is particularly significant. It suggests confidence, not just in the brand's identity, but in its ability to resonate across cultures. Meghan's lived experience gives her a unique advantage here. She is not guessing what might appeal internationally, she has lived it. For Prince Harry, watching Meghan build something so personal and successful must be deeply meaningful. Harry has spoken openly about wanting a life defined by purpose rather than protocol. Supporting Meghan as she creates a brand rooted in authenticity and care aligns perfectly with that vision. Together, they represent a partnership built on mutual respect and shared values. The broader Sussex story has always been about reclaiming agency. From stepping back from royal duties to choosing how and when to speak, Meghan and Harry have insisted on defining their own narrative. As Ever is an extension of that choice. It is quiet, it is thoughtful, and it is entirely on their own terms. Returning to the phrase that started it all, "This is your sign to put the kettle on," it feels almost symbolic. In a world of constant outrage and noise, Meghan is inviting people to slow down, to find comfort in small rituals, to remember that even amid controversy there can be warmth and familiarity. For those who continue to support Meghan and Harry, this moment is not surprising. It is consistent with who Meghan has always shown herself to be. Someone who values connection, who draws inspiration from her experiences, and who refuses to be defined by negativity. As Ever continues to grow, these subtle nods to Meghan's past will likely continue. Not as a way of clinging to it, but as a way of honouring it. England was a formative chapter in her life. It shaped her, challenged her, and taught her lessons that she now carries forward into her work. The sold-out products, the strong sales figures, and the hints of global expansion all point to one conclusion. Meghan Markle is not just revisiting her past, she is building a future. And she is doing it with intention, grace, and a clear understanding of who she is and what she wants to offer the world. In the end, the kettle is not just about tea. It is about comfort, resilience, and the quiet strength that comes from embracing every part of your journey. Meghan's latest post captures that beautifully. And it is exactly why As Ever continues to resonate with so many people around the world.